What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. And on the video today we got a interesting video, and we're going to talk about the Glock 19. The Glock 19 is a favorite amongst concealed carry. Everybody that loves the Glock loves to carry a Glock 19 because it cuts that fine line between full size and conceal. So it's not that super subcompact. It's not full size. It does have a 4.5-inch barrel. So it's a very versatile in-between handgun that's chambered in 9mm. So everybody seems to love it. What we're going to talk about today, though, is a very unique design. I found this at a local gun shop. At first, I didn't even know what it was. It was in the case like this. And I'm like, what the heck is that? It kind of looks like a Glock, but I've never seen a folding Glock. So I went home, researched it, found out how rare they were, found out it was a unique partnership that FullConceal.com has with Glock. And they are modifying these Glock 19s. Another popular model is a 43, but that, again, is smaller. They're modifying these Glock 19s so that it's ever more versatile and you can conceal carry it much easier. Now this is the standard 15 round. Let me see here. Yep, this is the standard magazine that comes with a Glock 19. As you can see, it fits in flush with the bottom of the grip there. So now with the standard magazine in this modified Glock, you do have a little overhang. There is a little spot that hangs down lower because they do modify the grip of this weapon. They do cut it down to get the size that they want. But for me, even though I have a medium to large size hand, it doesn't get in the way. It doesn't actually bother me because there is a spot for your pinky. I could see if you were only able to get these two fingers on the bottom of the weapon, how it would be a little bit more difficult to control. But with the magazine sticks out just ever so slightly, it makes it a lot easier to carry. So side-by-side comparison, I'm going to clear these weapons first. The only difference is this is a Gen 5 with the night sights. Side-by-side comparison, these weapons are very similar. Similar in the fact that this still is a Glock 19, they just modified it. Modified it to be more concealable. Same size slide. You can actually, if this wasn't a 5 and this wasn't a 4, you can actually use this slide on this weapon. And that also is something I'll bring up. They have options for you if you didn't want to purchase this, because it is a little bit more expensive. It's $1,000 for the entire firearm. If you didn't want to purchase the entire firearm, they have options as far as you can send them your current Glock 19 and they'll modify it and then send it back. Or you can also just purchase the bottom. So your slide would come off. So your slide would come off and you would get this. You would get the bottom portion. The receiver, the grip, the trigger assembly in the mail. And then you could slide your the slide that you already own, on top of this. So you could essentially have a standard Glock 19, take the slide off, and also have a folding Glock 19. So there's many different options available for you to purchase this firearm, which for me makes it even better. I do love the fact that this is able to fit in your pocket, and that's what's nice. Inside the waistband, conceal holsters are nice, whether you do a shoulder holster or a hip holster of some sort. But the ability to have the option to throw it in your pocket is really nice. So, as I stated, the standard magazine fits in here just fine. But if you do have an extended magazine, and this is the 20-round magazine, it still fits in there. You could have the drum. It doesn't matter. It still fits in there perfect. To break this gun down, on the back, always firearm safety, on the back there is a button to break this down. Very easy. Breaks down just like that. You can actually put a magazine in there. It'll go right up to where a magazine normally clicks and stay there. It won't fall out. Every time you throw this up, it indexes perfectly. Right in there. I've never had a hang up. I've never had the magazine fall out. You can also, if this is up like this, when you break it down, you can also push the button to drive this magazine up even further. Now, with it all the way up, it'll still index perfectly, goes right in every time. But with this indexed up like this, the entire weapon is symmetrical. It is perfectly square. And this weapon is actually, as you can see, this weapon is exactly the same size as a modern cell phone. Now this is a iPhone 11 Pro. I use the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G with the kick-ass camera, by the way. These weapons are exactly the same size. So essentially they did that on purpose to create the silhouette of a cell phone in your pocket while you're having a firearm in your pocket. So it's really nice, really versatile, really thought out. The people who make these, Conceal.com, the people who make these did a really nice job developing this, and I'm super happy with it. So this part of the video you can skip through if you want. You could fast forward. I'm going to take these two firearms apart and show you the innards, show you the fact that they're, essentially the same weapon. Okay, so you got your slide, you got your barrel, and you got your spring, your recoil spring. Move this up here. Thank you, Steph, for this mat. This mat is really nice for disassembling your firearms. So there you have it, guys. It's the same weapon, inside and out, gen for gen. Now, if this was a Gen 5, you'd have the same recoil spring, but this weapon is exactly the same. You will notice that the trigger assembly and the trigger guard are slightly different, and that's because that allows this to fold. The trigger itself is also different. You lose that safe action trigger with the safety, so you always got to remember that your finger is still the most important safety you got. So I'm going to put this weapon back together because I want to show you something else. So far I love this firearm. Steph and I shot it, and this is the first weapon that as soon as we pulled the trigger, and I'll show you a little clip. That is smooth. This is the first weapon that as soon as we pulled the trigger, we both said the exact same thing. We looked at each other and said, wow, this is a very smooth firing firearm, and so far we love it. Alright, so standard folding. As you'll see with the trigger guard here, it folds up and into the bottom of the top portion of your lower receiver. They ever so slightly just cut lines into it so that this trigger assembly goes up in there flush. It's very, very well thought out. Now, you're going to ask me, can this fire on accident? And I've already tried. It's very difficult to get this to fire on accident. The entire thing must be clipped. As you'll see the trigger, how it's up? And right there it goes down. This entire thing must be clipped before it'll fire. Again, ensuring that you don't have an accidental discharge. I've actually tried to get something in here to pull the trigger, and it won't do it. So, very, very good job, guys, over there at Conceal, Full Conceal. And you guys did an excellent job modifying this thing. So, I'm not going to fire it today. The grouping is very similar because they're essentially the same gun. I'm not going to fire it today only because we're getting ready for hunting season. I have 1,200 acres of game lands behind our property here where we shoot our range itself. But there's a lot of hunters in the woods today putting up tree stands, getting ready for archery season. So without putting anybody in danger, I'm not going to do that. So leave a comment in the comment section below, guys, what you think. This is called the M3. It is made by Full Conceal. They have a partnership with Glock, and they modify these weapons to be a folding Glock. So let me know what you think. Another thing I want to show you guys. I'll remove the bullets from the magazine itself, and we're clear. So another thing I want to show you guys, if you do have a larger magazine, the 21 rounder sticks out the bottom. 30 round one would stick out even further. But if you do have a larger magazine and it's pushed all the way up like this so that it's even, it still maintains that silhouette, the same exact size as a cell phone. It still will index perfectly every time. But what I like about this especially is if you pull this down, you have a little bit of a grip here. You have a little bit of a grip here, and you can actually take this, one hand operate it. You can have one in the pipe, one hand operate it. Again, creating another scenario where you might use this in self-defense, where you might have a situation where you might only be able to get one hand on your firearm. So again, very well thought out. So leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this M3 folding Glock. A lot of people don't even know it exists. I also have another one coming that a lot of people don't know exists. So I can't wait for that video to come because I'm super stoked about the Glock I got coming. But very, very unique. I love it. Steph loves it. Again, fully customizable. You can add whatever you want to these, just like any other Glock. Whether it be sights, you can get the tactical sight for on the back, the MOS sight. But we love it so far. Leave your comment in the comment section below. This is Josh from the 570. Subscribe if you're not current subscribers, and we'll see you next time.